Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Christy's, your naijaclaypotchef, and today I'm going to be teaching you how to make this yummy looking egusi soup. Growing up in the West, I saw the Yorubas cook the egusi soup like this or something close, and I fell in love with it. Alright, but before we get right into it, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Oh, first things first, we have our clean clay pot, washed and ready to go, and I'm going to put some goat meat in. Today I'm using goat meat. I love the flavor of goat meat for this soup. You can use any protein you like. You can use beef, shaki, all of them, all of the above. You can use that. Okay, and then I'm going to add some seasoning cubes, some Cameroon pepper. You can use fresh pepper. I just like the flavor of Cameroon pepper sometimes. And I'm going to add some onions and then just stir that in. I don't like to cook meat from the beginning with water. I'm going to add some water later, but I don't like to cook meat with water so that it can absorb all the flavor from the seasoning. Okay, so I'm just going to stir that, and then add some salt, and then I'm going to allow it cook. I'll just cover that and allow it cook. Okay, so the meat is steaming for a while now, and while this is happening, you can prepare your ingredients. So this meat has been cooking for about 8 minutes. So I'm just going to check to see if it is tender. You see the broth from the beef, from the goat's meat, even though I didn't add any water here. Like this, I'm very certain that the meat has good flavor inside. Yep. So I'll allow that to cook for 4 extra minutes, a total of about 12 minutes to cook this meat, because this is the tender goat meat. I actually bought this goat live, but normally it is recommended that you cook meat for about 30 minutes. So, but this one I'm still going to fry it, so no worries, it's still going to cook. I'm just going to bring that out of the pot so I can transfer the broth and do some frying. Okay, so the pot is clean now, and I've dried it up, and to this I'm going to add some oil. I'm going to fry this goat meat with palm oil. You can use vegetable oil, but I just like to have the flavor from the frying in the soup. So I'm going to use the oil, some of the oil for the soup. I'm going to use it to fry the goat meat. Meat is still going in soup anyways, so it doesn't matter if it is fried with red oil or vegetable oil. But if you prefer vegetable oil, just go right ahead, no one is stopping you. But today we are using red oil, so that's heated up now. I'm just going to add the goat meat to it to allow it to fry. That's all done now. You see, it is not too dry. If you want it to be very dry, that's fine, but I like mine like this. I'm just going to bring that out. For this particular pot of soup, I used a little over a kilo of goat meat. I didn't quite measure it, but I would recommend you use like 1.5 kilos of goat meat for this quantity of soup. So what you see me just drop in the oil is locust bean, iru. That's what the Yorubas call it, iru. I like to fry this. The aroma this brings out when you fry it, hey, I can't explain it. So I like to fry this first before I add my egusi. So I have about 3 cups of egusi blended, and then I mixed it with water. You can see how thick it is, so I didn't put too much water. But before I mix, I wish I showed you that process. Okay, maybe in the next video. Before I mixed it in water, I added a seasoning cube and some salt and a tablespoon of crayfish. That is so just in case you have those balls you didn't plan for. It's not tasteless, you don't eat it and it's bland. So I like to put a bit of seasoning in the egusi mixture. So now I have just added it to the oil, covered it for a bit, and allow it to fry. It's not gotten to where I want it to get to yet, so I'm going to keep frying. So you can see now that the oil is separated from the egusi. That's when I know it is time to add my crayfish. You can either blend your crayfish, you can leave it in like that, I used to have a roommate that said crayfish looked like cockroach. That was when I started pounding my crayfish, or at least blending it. But this one is not very smooth, just the way I like it. So crayfish there, if you know the flavor that comes from frying crayfish, you're not going to cook anything again that has oil in it without frying crayfish. Anyways, it doesn't work for every soup, but for this particular egusi soup, I like to fry the crayfish with the egusi. The taste is awesome. Okay, so this is my pepper mix, or should I call it tomato mix. Here I have scotch bonnet pepper, I have tatashe, and I have fresh tomatoes. That has been boiled a little, but it still has some water in it. So what I'm doing here is just moving the egusi around. If you notice, I'm not stirring rigorously because I want the water to drain and dry up a bit before I mix in. Yeah, I don't want the water to just break up the egusi particles. I don't want that. So I'm just going to gently stir it, move it around so the water just goes to the base of the pot and then it dries out. Okay, that's all done now. This is looking like what I want, and I'm going to add some dry fish. If you notice, I like to add dry fish in chunks. This one I just removed everything nuts I don't want inside and dumped in like that because I'm going to stir the soup a lot, and by stirring I'm going to break it up some more. So I like to put it in large chunks. If you pieces it too much, the fish might just disappear inside soup. So when that has cooked for a while, I'm just going to add the broth from the goat meat, and this is the water I'm going to start with. You can add a little more as you cook. Next, I'm going to add some kanda, just a little bit, so that the soup is exciting when you're eating it. Stir that in. The soup is looking thick. We're going to add some water. I think we should add some water now so that the soup can cook properly. We're just going to stir that in, and afterwards we're going to cover it up and allow it cook. Man, this soup is looking attractive already. Okay, look at that. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Look at this beauty. Oh, this soup, I don't know how to tell you, but you need to try this recipe. Trust me, if you haven't tried this before, you need to try it. So, my goat meat has gone in. Look how attractive the goat meat is. Are you seeing that color? Yeah, that's from the frying with red oil. I'm just going to mix that in because remember I told you the goat meat is still going to cook. So after boiling, we fried it and now it's in the soup. So it's cooking all the way. I'm going to mix that. Please, somebody should get me my lolo. Somebody should get me my fufu. I can't wait. This soup is too attractive. Okay, while you're watching and enjoying, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like the video, drop a comment, share to your friends so that I can stay here and bring you more recipes. So look at how this is just shaking and moving and shaking and moving. Alright, so the vegetable for this soup can be ugu leaves, but today I am using bitter leaf and scent leaf. Yes, you can do that mixture. The first time I tasted that mixture, that combination, bitter leaf and scent leaf inside the egusi soup, I said I'm sticking to this. Of course, I couldn't eat it all the time, but it is amazing. If this is your first time of hearing it, please do try it out. You're going to love it. So I've added the bitter leaf, and next I'm going to add my scent leaf, just a little bit of it, not too much, some scent leaf. And our soup is ready. Our soup is ready. Wow, look at that. I love the way this is. Oh, by the way, I had turned off the flame at this point. Yep, I had removed the heat source, and this is still bubbling like this. Remember when I told you from the beginning that Claypot helps you conserve gas? This is what I mean. It is still cooking, and I have turned it up. All right, that's all done now. Look at our yummy-licious egusi soup. I like to call this my Yoruba egusi recipe. Yoruba people, if I didn't get it right, forgive me, but I think I did. I think I did justice to it. This soup is so tasty. This soup is so tasty. If you notice, I didn't add any more seasoning cubes. Yeah, that is because I added to the goat meat and then I added some to the egusi before frying. You don't need too much. This soup is amazing. Let me know in the comment section if you are going to try it out, and don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel so that I can bring you more videos like this. Alright people, enjoy your weekend.